It's almost here. It's almost game day. I can't wait. All right, today, or on this video, I'm kind of just going to go over guys that I'm excited to see, during this preseason. Forewarning. I'm leaving out Jameis and Taysom. They're at the top of everybody's list. We all know that at this point. But I'm going to just start off with the defensive guys and kind of go over some things. First up, Paulson Adebo. Want to see him, see if he has what it takes to be that number 2 corner. Obviously, Patrick Robinson retired, so the competition's got a little thinner, at that position. And Sean Payton keeps saying it's a need, it's a must for a cornerback. So I'm really excited to see what he could do. Next up, Marcus Davenport. I said this the last 2 years, and I'll say it again this year. Make or break season for Marcus Davenport. More this year than ever, man. Obviously, we drafted Peyton Turner. That can be, slight at Davenport, or it could be a slight at Jordan because he's getting older. Not a slight, but just a, he's up next type move from the Saints. So both of those guys are going to need to perform, especially Jordan having a down year last year. But like I said, Davenport, man, I'm really excited to see what he can do. He's been stepping up this year, in camp. Going against Armstead and Ramchick, that's big. So if you can beat those guys, like I've said before, you can beat just about anybody in the NFL. So hopefully he gets a couple possessions, under his belt, because I'm really, really excited to see him. Next up, Andrew Dahl. If you don't know who Andrew Dahl is, you might want to take notice. He's been taking a lot of first-team reps. He's been competing with Pete Werner, Zach Bond, and those guys for the other linebacker spot. And everything I keep seeing from reports and from camp and things like that is he's fighting for that spot. He's been taking first-team reps next to DeMario a lot. He's been making plays. If you follow Nick Underhill or anybody that covers the Saints, you're going to see his name a lot being thrown, in those conversations for best camp performances. So I'm excited to see what he has. Haven't really watched, any of him. So I'm very excited to see, what he brings to the table. Shy Tuttle, the next guy. Obviously, our interior is going to be maybe our biggest weakness on the team. It may not be, but I say it's our least known. We don't know what are we going to get from those guys, from Roach and Tuttle and things like that. So Tuttle definitely makes this list. Can't wait to see what he gives us. Obviously, everyone knows Tuttle from his famous play against Matt Ryan with the stiff arm, but it's time to graduate from that, become an every down player. So I'm excited to see what he could do, man. Saints they've always been good at finding diamonds in the rough. So hopefully he can add to that. And last but not least, I can't even believe I'm about to say this. I'm falling for the trap again, guys. Every year, it's like Ben Simmons when he shoots a jump shot in the offseason and everybody, it's like, oh, here he goes. He's learning how to shoot. He's going to do it. I fell into the trap. I've been seeing a lot of things coming out of camp. Great things. Ken Crawley. Kill me now. I know y'all are all probably laughing. I'm laughing at myself. I can't believe that I'm excited to see Ken Crawley. But everything that's literally come out of camp has been positive from Ken Crawley. Even when the refs came, they were like, it was no flags. He's getting nothing but pass breakups, interceptions, this and that. Maybe that's a slight at our receivers, or maybe he's gotten better. I don't know. I'm falling into the trap. I'm not deep into the trap. I don't think he's cornerback 2, and it's going to help us, take us to the next level. But I want to see it with my own eyes. I can't see camp every day. I can't see what they see every day. So I need to see it in the game. And hey, I'm going into it with an open mind. I'll just leave it at that. I can't believe he made my list. But from everything I've seen, he's been doing his job. And that's all you can ask. That'll wrap up the defense. Obviously, I'm excited to see the entire defense, the rookies. I left Peyton Turner, P. Warren. I left, a lot of guys out. But I'm excited to see everybody on the defense because they're going to need to be big for us this year. Next up, the offense. I want to list damn near everybody for the offense, but we'll start off, with something slight. Couple guys on the line. Cesar Ruiz, big second year for him. Thought he was going to make the transition to center this year, but that doesn't look like it's happening. Look like he's going to be a full-time right guard, which I think will be good for him because it's just giving him one thing, specifically to focus on. Doesn't have to worry about, playing different positions and things like that. Second, probably the most hated guy on the Saints roster right now. Probably top 5 in Saints history, and that's Andres Pete. Don't have high hopes, but hey man, I just want to see how he looks, and hopefully he can't get anyone killed back there. So that's basically my only outlook on Pete right now, man. Just do your job. Just be average at best. Above average is fine with me because the bar is so low. Anything better would be great. Next up, it's kind of a double dip here. Juwan Johnson and Adam Trautman at that tight end position. Ready to see what those guys have. You can throw Nick Vannett in there if you want, but he's more of a blocking guy. But Trautman and Johnson are going to be the guys that get downfield. So very excited to see what those guys have. Big year for Trautman. Late, I think it was a 5th round pick. So he's gonna get opportunity with 87 being out of the equation finally. He's gonna get that opportunity. And Juwan Johnson changing from wide receiver to tight end, that's gonna be big for him. He's already been in the system, so I'm excited to see what he brings to the table as well. 4th on the list would be Ian Book. Obviously, everyone's excited for Taysom Winston. Me, personally, I'm excited to see Ian Book over those two guys. Just because, he's the rookie out of the bunch. We've kind of seen Winston. We've kind of seen Taysom. I think both of those guys are going to make jumps, but we haven't really seen Ian Book at all. So I'm very excited to see what he brings to the table. I watched a lot of film, from Notre Dame. He was up and down, great runner, things like that. But I'm excited to see him, in some game action. He's probably going to get a quarter. Probably a full quarter. I think Trevor Siemian is probably going to get the other quarter. I think they're going to get the 3rd and 4th quarters. So I'm excited to see what he does. He's going to be playing with a lot of backups, but to be honest, a lot of these backups may make the team, which actually, rolls me into my 5th and final group, because it's not a person. It's the wide receivers. Every last wide receiver on the list, I'm ready to see all of them. From Deontay Harris, Marquez Callaway, Traquan Smith, LaJordan Humphrey, Kawan Baker, Tommy Lee, Easop Winston Jr., who's probably my favorite receiver out of the bunch. I think McCleskey went on IR, so I don't know if his time is done with us, but if he's there somehow, in the future, him as well. But those wide receivers, man, I'm excited. I'm excited about the wide receivers. Obviously, if you've been watching this channel, wide receiver is my favorite position on the field. And I'm gonna love to go through wide receivers every week because that's just my thing. That's what that's what comes easiest to me. So man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this team. I'm excited for everybody. I hope we play well. I will have film, on that game immediately, even though the angles are not gonna be pristine and things like that because the NFL sucks with their video because it won't be ready to the regular season. It may not be ready then. So I'll just have to go with the broadcast footage and we'll get what we get from that. But yeah, let me know in the comments, man, who y'all excited to see. Give me a couple guys y'all excited to see against the Ravens. That's the Boo Tragedies, and I'm out.